Hey garden friends! Okay, so I know I say this literally every single time that I start a video, but I have a really exciting video for you guys today. I'm excited at least, so I hope that you guys enjoy, but I was able to score, okay guys, I was able to score a David Austen rose for 50% off at my local garden center the other day. At Lowe's, correction, at my local Lowe's garden center the other day, and it's literally perfect. I wanted a yellow rose, mainly because it creates like super warm fuzzy vibes for me, because I don't know if any of you guys are like BBC fans, and maybe I'm like ostracizing people by saying this, but I don't care because it's literally the most beautiful creation of TV ever in the history of ever. And that is North and South, the BBC version with, oh gosh, what's his name? But anyway, that like BBC miniseries is so awesome. And the main character, when she describes her childhood, she talks about this hedge of yellow roses. And like, I don't know, just something about those scenes in Austen and all that stuff, it just literally makes me, I love it so much. And that's like garden goals for sure. So I've always wanted to have a yellow rose in my garden, and I've never been able to, but that was one of my goals this year. And so when I found this, it's The Poet's Wife by David Austen, and it's literally perfect. I'm so excited, but I'm gonna put it in a pot, and mainly because I've been listening to Monty Don's Down to Earth book recently, and he talks about how having pots in your garden can kind of give a little bit of structure and just some like different, I don't know, like a different vista. And I don't really have a lot of pots. I only have one pot on my front stoop. So I thought that this would be a good way to kind of add it in. And also I really want this rose to do well, and I thought that I could kind of control the elements a little bit more. I'm really hoping that this goes well. I watched a couple videos on how to pot shrubs up in, roses up in containers. So hopefully those tips will go really well. But I'll let you guys watch and kind of see, and then I'm also going to show you guys the tag and what the roses look like. Oh my goodness, they look so good. So anyway, let's go ahead and let's take a look at what we've got. So I wanted to show you guys the rose that I got. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. I'm literally like, I'm so happy about this. There were actually two of them, and I'm kind of kicking myself for not getting the other one, but that's okay. So this is what it looks like. How freaking gorgeous is that? And I got it on clearance for $15. Ugh. I'm so excited. So I'm gonna trim this guy up a little bit, and then I'm also gonna pot him up. I also got a little bit of rose tone. Since this is my first rose, I only got a teeny tiny one because I knew that he'd probably only need to be fertilized one more time throughout the year. Yeah, and I'm gonna put some in there today as well. So let's go ahead and get started.
It's time to quit while we're ahead. Don't think like that. I will love you endlessly. If you don't believe, don't you be like that. I will love you forever. If you don't believe in me, yeah. You could be with anyone. I could be with anyone. You're here with me. You're here with me. You could be around. You could be with anyone. I could be You could be with anyone, I could be with anyone. You and me, you and me, you could be around. You could be with anyone, I could be with anyone. You're here with me, you're here with me. You could be around, but you. You could be with anyone, I could be with anyone. You're here with me, you're here with me. You could be around, but you could be with anyone, I could be with anyone. You're here with me, you're here with me. You gotta notice, hey, I'm falling in love, You're feeling something, hey, you cannot control. Just in time you came, and you changed all my perspective. Just in time you came, and I love it, I love it. It's so great to have you in my life, make me feel so lucky, yeah. It's so great to have you in my life, make me feel so lucky, yeah. Feel so lucky, yeah. Feel so lucky, yeah. Feel so lucky, feel so, yeah. Feel so lucky, yeah. Feel so lucky, feel so, feel so lucky, feel so lucky, feel so, feel so lucky, feel so lucky, feel so lucky. You gotta notice, hey, I'm falling in love, You're feeling something, hey, you cannot control. Just in time you came, and you changed all my perspective. Just in time you came, and I love it, I love it. It's so great to have you in my life, make me feel so lucky, yeah. It's so great to have you in my life, make me feel so lucky, yeah. Feel so lucky, yeah. Feel so lucky, yeah. Feel so lucky, feel so, yeah. Feel so lucky, yeah. Feel so lucky, feel so, feel so lucky, feel so lucky, feel so, feel so lucky, feel so lucky, feel so lucky. You gotta notice, hey, I'm falling in love, You're feeling something, hey, you cannot control. Just in time you came, and you changed all my perspective. Just in time you came, and I love it, I love it. It's so great to have you in my life, make me feel so lucky, yeah. It's so great to have you in my life, make me feel so lucky, yeah. Feel so lucky, yeah. Feel so lucky, yeah.
Okay, so I finally finished that project. I'm pretty excited about how it turned out. So let me go ahead and just show you. I ended up last minute deciding just to plant up annuals around it. And I actually transplanted some annuals I had planted earlier this year in the front bed that's right over here, because I thought that they would do better over here, and I ended up finding some, they're petunias. I ended up finding some other petunias actually on clearance at Lowe's, so I'm pretty excited about that. So let me show you what everything looks like. Okay, so here's what we've got. If this doesn't turn out well, I'll just do a voiceover, but because it is kind of crazy right now, right next to the road. But I ended up planting up all kinds of purple petunias right here. I don't have the exact kind because they were just the Lowe's brand petunias. But then I also found these calibrachoas on clearance at Lowe's, and they were just on clearance because some of these stems had broken. This one looks the worst. It didn't look this bad when I bought it, but my dog knocked it over and it really took a beating. But this is essentially what it looks like. So I'm really hopeful that they will flush back and will bloom really well for me this year. They were only $3 and they're double bloom calibrachoas. I think I showed you guys the tag, but I will also include a link if I can find it to them, if I can find it on the Monrovia website, or however you say it. Monrovia. Anyways, but I also planted up all of these little purple petunias because I thought they would go really, really well with this type of purple, because they're dark purple. So I thought that would be a really cute contrast, and I hope that these all flush out and kind of surround the yellow rose. I just feel like that's gonna be such a cool color combination, so I'm crazy excited. Hopefully it turns out the way that I want it to. So yeah, so I watered them all in. This is what it looks like. It needs mulch, but otherwise I'm really, really happy with that. Ooh, well, that ended up being like a way more productive day than I thought it was gonna be. I was originally just gonna plant up that Poet's Rose and Poet's Wife's David Austen rose, and I ended up planting all that stuff around it, and I was able to get it all done in the duration of like an hour. So that's not too bad, I think. I feel like that's pretty good considering that it normally takes me like 2 hours minimum to do something. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I definitely will keep you guys updated as things start fluffing out and start growing in a little bit. I'm hoping that my first garden tour can come in May. Because right now everything's just really sparse and there's really not much to look at, and I haven't even planted up my vegetable garden yet. Everybody in like this area is kind of saying to wait until the second week of May, so I've still got a little bit left. I think I might only wait one more week, see how the forecast is looking, and then go ahead and just put stuff in the ground. So yeah, anyway, but once everything gets in the ground and hopefully starts kind of doing something interesting, maybe then I can go ahead and give you guys a tour just to see what everything is starting to look like once it actually starts filling in. But anyway, I will see you guys in my next video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and thanks so much for tuning in, and hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Bye!